Evening, one and all. Welcome to CrowCast episode 25 with Marco Mendoza. It's going to be a good one, lads. We'll have Marco on in about 9:15. How's everybody been?
Yeah, really good, man. Really good. Had a really good week. Especially since last week. We had our little escape to the studio, and so some magic happened there for me. I mean, I had a really good time with you guys, and it came to an end.
Yeah, it was really good, wasn't it?
It was, man. It was. I just brought back so many good memories of over the past couple of years as well. Just doing what we do. Do you know what I mean? It's just fun, man.
Being creative and getting all the heads in the studio and just focusing on music entirely. It was class. Loved every second of it. Yeah.
It was a laugh as well, wasn't
it? It was, yeah. We had a few drinks as well, in the night,
I think that my highlight, other than the creativeness for me, was definitely Dave. That first night he was there, he was on fire, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Fair play. You enjoy your run?
Mate, it was brilliant. I think people had worked out where it was, which was funny. But yeah, what a lovely place. It was just nice to get away with you boys.
Yeah.
It was nothing. New record, Craig Huntley's asking. We're always working on new stuff. But yeah, there's nothing we're not working on anything secret at the moment, or are we? It's kind of. I love doing that because no one really knows. Not even I know. Can't hear you, Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie, it has gone again.
Yes, I have technical issues. My end. I am so sorry.
Just use your Mac, dude. The microphone on your Mac instead of that microphone, maybe. Yeah, so basically in the recording studio, we're just dabbling with new material. It's not an album, I don't think. I mean, we got material there to do an album, but it's just being creative in this process where lockdown is, and I don't know, seeing if we did have to pull some out of the bag quickly, it's there ready to go. So
yeah, I think it was just nice to just do it and just go and do it, wasn't it, dude? It was just like a little escape for us.
Yeah, it was. But I think that the whole experience, driving as far away as we did, it felt like a holiday. It felt like a holiday.
Like I said to Shiner, man, on the way up, I was like I'm playing my first gig in London again. It's even the drive is an event. Do you know what I mean? What services are we going to stop in, Shine? Which ones do we stop in? Do you know what I mean? It was just. It felt like we haven't done that for so long.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it wasn't that long ago, was it?
When we last out on the road, traveling, so that would have been 29th of Feb. So it's 8 months, 7 months, 8 months. So it's not really that long, but it feels like a fucking lifetime. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it does, man. Wow.
Especially when we had so much momentum going. But that's COVID, baby.
Yeah, it was really strange doing CrowCast at the studio as well. It was a bit sort of, is it going to work? I think we got through. We got through that okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. It was cool. We're all in separate rooms. And,
yeah.
I nearly dropped the laptop as well when I was giving everyone the tour.
No, it's great, but it's great. We'll be doing it again soon by the looks of it.
Yeah, fingers crossed, man. I mean, I know there's been a few cases of starting again, and they with the COVID-19 around our area. So, but fingers crossed we can keep a hold of it, and So fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll do it next time. Let's go away for a bit long.
Yeah, I can't wait, but I love it. You know what I'm like in the studio. I love it. Right, we'll do a couple of birthdays. Means I don't know what Ronnie's doing in the background there. He's obviously still there because otherwise the CrowCast would have gone down.
Yeah.
Well, he is there somewhere. We'll do a couple of birthdays then. So we got Sarah Beals. It was her birthday on September 3rd. Your partner in crime, Alan Thomas, got in touch to tell us it was your 20-year anniversary being together as well on the same day. Congratulations, guys. Happy birthday,
Congratulations.
Sarah. Hope you had a great day. We got Liz Townend got in touch to ask if we could give the wonderful Claire Merritt a birthday shout out for her 40th next week. Ooh, it's a big one. That's from everyone from the Movie Stars group. There's a group of movie stars.
Sounds interesting.
That's CROWS as well. Her birthday's on Thursday, so hope you have an amazing day, Claire. We've also got Claire Malibu. Hiya, Shane. Could you please give a happy birthday shout out to my husband, Rob Robertson, on CrowCast? It was his birthday on Sunday, the 6th of September. Happy birthday, Rob. Hope you had a great
birthday,
day.
dude.
Claire went on to say they're both massive fans and haven't missed a CrowCast yet. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you, Claire. Happy birthday, Rob, dude. There's another birthday here. Scrolling down. This is from Laura. Hi, Shane. My mother-in-law, Karen, is a massive fan. It's her birthday next weekend on Saturday the 12th. Was wondering if you could make her day and wish her a happy birthday on CrowCast. Happy birthday, Karen.
Happy birthday, Car.
For next Saturday.
There he is.
Can we hear you?
No. Hello? Can you hear me now? No.
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 Unbelievable.
All you got to do is use your mic on the Mac. Also, John Westcott. The main man, John Westcott, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, John. For those of you,
Happy birthday, John.
For those of you who don't know, that's Lisa's father. Happy birthday, John. I hope Dave's not I hope Dave's not ruining your day. Happy birthday, John, dude. We've also got a shout out here for Steve Wright and Jill Harris. Did you see this, Lloyd, on Facebook? They were repping the CROWS once they climbed Snowdon today.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Fair play to them.
Yeah, I said shout out. So yeah, fair play. They were soaking.
I'd love to do that. I can barely manage the bulk these days, though.
I've done Pen of Anne recently.
Yeah, it was a while ago I did Pen of Anne, mine, but that was all right. Like, it was.
Yeah.
There's 3 different routes up, isn't there?
It is, yeah. There's a tougher way to get up there as well, but I don't think it's not Snowdon, is it? Snowdon's quite a bit.
No.
Quite a bit further, like. But hey, do you want to give a shout out, Lloyd?
Yeah, I'd like to big up to a Welsh company called Dragon Audio. They're great. They managed to hook me up with some new noiseless cables. So, guys, if there's any musicians out there watching this, check them out, Dragon Audio, and check out their gear. You know, it's really good, and they're a Welsh company, so
that's really cool.
Win-win.
Yeah. Very nice of them. Fair play.
Yeah, it's quite funny, really, because when they emailed me and they asked me for a delivery address, so I sent my delivery address to my parents' house, and the guy emailed me back and says, "Oh, you live around the corner from me." I was like, "Oh, no way!"
Wow.
So yeah, he lives in my nan's street.
Wow, that's cool.
So, yeah, so get a kettle on, mate.
Brilliant. How are we doing there, Ron?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
This is the best I can do at the moment. I've got like really bad technical issues. All my iMac has gone cloudy and I haven't got a clue what's going on at the moment.
Okay.
So all good, but we do have a guest, so I don't want to keep him waiting. Do you want me to dip out, guys, and try and sort it out?
Whatever you want to do, bud.
Whatever, yeah, whatever.
Let's
Man.
bring on Marco then. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marco Mendoza.
How are you guys? Am I in? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're there,
Good.
man.
It never ceases to amaze me, man. You know, I have to say, I'm like the worst. I'm from the old school. I have to admit, and so for me, all this gadgetry stuff it's a trip. So I double check. I always check. I'm starting to do these more and more and more via Skype, which is something I'm familiar with. But
Yeah.
this is a new vehicle, which is great. Whatever works, right? But so I check in with you guys 10, 15 minutes ago, right? I said,
Yeah.
okay, I'm in. Can you hear me? Everything cool, ready to go. And when the time came, man, everything went wrong. It's like, it's Murphy's Law. If anything can go, I'm talking, the audio was on, and then I had to reboot the whole computer. I had to shut it down. And I have my son's got some friends here. They had a sleepover, so they came over and they're all 13, man, and they go, oh, I know.
Yeah.
What the? And I'm trying to learn. So I'm trying to. Can you do it slowly? Explain to me what you're doing so that I can not come across these problems. But it's part of what's going on. Part of the new world. La la la. I'll blame it on the pandemic, man. Everything's its
Yeah.
fault.
I love that. I love that, man. Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
By
Marco,
the way,
thank you so much
I
for
was
joining
gonna
us.
wear a mask. What's that, bro?
Thank you so much for joining us, taking the time out to join
Yeah.
us.
My pleasure, man. It's always, I'm always flattered, to be honest, to be asked to be part of anything, and not to be soupy at all, but today I'm having a good day. I woke up on the right side of the bed, and I call it the attitude of gratitude because I choose to look at the good things, the things that we have, as opposed to focusing on all the negative. And we know, man, there's a lot of negative shit going on. So it's very easy to go that route. But I had my coffee, I took care of some business, and I look at my kids. They're healthy, they're happy. We live in California. There's a little bit of sun coming out. I don't know if you can notice, but the fires in the area, the wind is bringing the ashes everywhere. So it's a weird kind of sun, man. Talking
Wow.
about black hole sun. It's a trip. It's a
Wow.
yellow, very trippy. I'll show it to you, see if you can see it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like a sun eclipse. So
Yeah.
it's bright, but it's a weird bright. It's a trip, man. And we're so lucky that we're still far away. We're closer to the beach, closer to the coast, so we're not being affected directly. But so that's my point. Not to talk too much, as you can tell, I like to talk. But I woke up, man. Last night I was watching the news, and it was some point I just had to shut it down.
Yeah.
I can't tap. It's all bad here in
Yeah.
California, here in the U.S. The election thing has turned into a funny farm, and on and on and on. And I talk to my colleagues and I talk to my peers here, and what a great life we have, guys, regardless of where we're at in our careers, to make music and bring it to the folks out there, and so they can escape the real world for a few hours.
Yeah.
It's a great gig. It's a great
I
job. So
absolutely
I'm
love
really
that.
grateful.
Nah, that's what a mentality that is. That's amazing, dude. We could have done with a little bit of a pep talk with you about an hour ago because we were
Yeah.
What happened?
well, we were just stressing about how the technology's going. But you just listening to you there now, I'm like, I'm zen again. Now everything's cool.
Oh,
Because
cool.
Marco said,
But but you know what it is, man. In our business, specifically in our business, you guys know that, man.
yeah,
How
man.
many times have you set up for the big show and you work your ass off to get to a certain level? You get to that show, that festival, whatever it is, the peak, man, that represents your career, and then you go out there and the mic's not working. You go out there, you see it on videos, big bands, man, big names, and there's no monitors. The guy's going,
Yeah.
you gotta laugh. You have so,
Absolutely.
it's so easy to go into that dark hole if you can't laugh at yours. I do. I just think it's funny, and sometimes I just, if it gets that bad, I just stop the show and start talking to the audience with no mic or whatever, make a joke or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you're back on. You break the ice. They realize you're a human being as well. You deserve to do the best you can, and you're on the same plane. And then boom, the show ends up being one of the best shows you've ever done. Right?
Yeah. That's
It's
true.
it's it's
That is
Yeah.
true.
it's that,
It's when the shit hits the fan, you realize, you got to dig in somewhere else and find something else, and you would have naturally gone there, but you have to. You're in this situation; it's forced. And as you
yeah,
said, the people are looking. You think, oh, they are human. Shit happens, and it's how you deal with it. We did it.
exactly.
We talk about one of the best shows we did on our UK tour,
Yeah.
February. A
By the
lot.
way, congratulations, man. You guys are climbing, man, and I love the band. I love it,
Ah,
man.
thanks, man.
More power to you guys. I know we'll meet each other somewhere along the line, somewhere out there.
Thank you, man.
Congrats.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
moving, bro.
Yeah, that's the game, man. That's what we got to try and do, innit? Don't
hmm
settle. Just keep going.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You said you had a big one of your
Yeah, it was
great.
it was a great venue, and my voice went, and a few things, technical issues, and we couldn't do certain things like we normally do in our show, but the crowd just like sang, helped me out no end. It was they just raised their game, to help
Yeah.
us out. It was like this to and fro, incredible reaction, and it goes down now as one of our best gigs.
Very true,
Oh,
man.
definitely.
Very true.
Definitely.
Tell
Well,
me a job to go back to that topic. Not to. I'm just on a positive vibe right now, man.
yeah, man.
Tell me a job or a career that you can experience things like that. Where? How? It's like we're lucky, man.
Yeah.
We're very lucky to be doing what we're doing, and we have a good job. That's all I want to say. So yeah, it's what it is. It's your ability to deal with, when things go wrong, man. Murphy's law. It's going to happen, and your ability to deal with that with the storm.
Yeah.
When the storm comes, that's true serenity.
Yeah.
And that's true when you're really centered. Your feet are firmly planted on solid ground, which
Yeah.
I think I am. Then you learn to deal with adversity like we do. And this year, man.
Yeah.
How about this year? It couldn't get worse. I mean, to be honest. So, yeah, I choose to be positive. I was talking to my label today, and it's affecting everybody in a big way.
Mm.
Creatively, you have more time to yourself, and you can tap into some things to start writing. I've been writing a little bit. We have a little piano in the living room, and when one of my families crashed, and I have a few moments, I could plug in the headphones and come up with some ideas, and it's cool. But I'm talking the business side of things. It's a drag, man. Some of us won't be able to make it to the other side, unfortunately, and that's a reality we have to deal with now. But nevertheless, man, positive, onwards, upwards, and freaking
Yeah.
to the moon,
Yeah.
Alice, to the
Absolutely.
freaking moon.
Yeah. I love it.
That's brilliant.
Marco Mendoza, I love you, dude. That's an amazing way of being. Hey, listen, Marco, do you know
Yes, sir.
when like the shit is a fan now, obviously in this current situation, but like when you
Uh-huh.
try to relax and stuff, is it still music? Is music still your outlet? You just said there when you jump on the piano, is that the way you kind of relax, or is it something else you do to?
I do. I gotta tell you, after so many years, I've been around for a few years, around the block. Um, I have the family life at home.
Mm.
I somewhat disconnect from. I take the hat off when I get off a tour, whatever. I come home and I put the husband and the father hat
Yeah.
on, and I try to do the best I can to fulfill those roles. Very important roles. Right now, my son is 13, my daughter's 17. I'm trying to be, and I have 5 kids, so I've done it two times before.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the best father and the best husband, the best person I can to represent them.
Mhm.
And it's a full-time gig. I
Yeah.
find myself going weeks without really playing.
Right.
you know, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, something sparks. I'm watching something, I hear a song, and then I have to get under the headphones and get my tracks going and just play along. I have a like a jazz trio that I play with from time to time, and so it's wide open for
Yeah.
interpretation and improvisation. So
Love
that's
that.
where I get that's where I get my kicks, man, because it's, you know, I can play along those tracks 10 times, and you'll get 10 different results, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like having an open canvas, and you feel like painting today, and the scenery might be the same, but tomorrow it's going to be different colors and different
Yeah.
strokes. And so I do that, but under these circumstances have been more about staying healthy,
Hmm.
uh, keeping my kids healthy as well, monitoring where they go, who they hang out with, what they're doing, and trying to keep that to minimum, because we would hate for any of us to get sick.
True.
I'm a little compromised, and I've always had asthma, right?
Right.
Singers, man, and sinus problems and all that crap. So I have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
But music still is. You know, the short answer to that question is music still is.
Yeah.
It has a very healing way for me, in
Yeah.
that I escape into this other world, and it's I've been doing it for a long time, you guys, longer than you guys have been around. So I'm
Yeah.
sure. So it's become part of my DNA, you know.
Yeah. So
And
can
so
you
Yeah.
now you can go
it's
ahead.
like so like thinking back now, how positive music is, like you said, is a healing process. It's not just something you're really good at. Can you remember the first time where you heard a piece of music, a band, a singer? What drove Marco into that mentality of that's what I want to do? That's me.
I, and I do a lot of interviews. I started as a guitar player,
Yeah.
garage band. My brother and I had a garage band, guitar player, and mostly rhythm, a few leads. Back in those days, it was CCR, Queen's Clearwater Revival, that was big on the radio, pop
Yeah,
songs,
man.
great songs. And as you know, the songs, you know, if you know three or four or five chords, you could play most, you know, 90% of their catalog, because they were great, man, great songs, great Fogerty. I mean, the whole band. So I started with that, and I found myself being challenged playing guitar and wanting to sing. I wanted to sing, and to this day, man, I sing for fun. I'm not a technical guy. I just enjoy it so much, and sometimes people tap into that, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But I started doing that, and then the other band, the other garage band that was kind of in the neighborhood, their bass player left, and he used to have a great voice, and he was a great singer. So they asked me point blank, "He says, you want to come audition for us? Learn these 5 songs, the typical thing, you know, learn these 5 songs, and but we need you on bass." And I'm going, "Whoa, okay." And in my mind, you know, for bass players out there, in my mind, uh, I I thought, "Why, yeah, piece of cake, right?" When I started breaking the bass parts and the vocals, it was so challenging that I it was a personal I was on a personal mission to learn this stuff. It
Yeah.
became, oh man, no way, I got to do this. So I learned the vocal separate, the bass part separate, and I started learning piece by piece.
Yeah.
I'll do the verse, the intro, the verse, intro, verse, until I felt comfortable, and then the chorus, at the chorus, and then do the second verse or third verse, and then the solo section, and all of a sudden, boom, you spend a
Yeah.
few hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, you got the song top to bottom, and you're kind of comfortable here and playing. So that's what it was, man. I mean, but it was CCR.
Yeah.
Those guys were a little more advanced. They were playing Allman Brothers, which is, I'm a big fan of Southern rock, you know. And I was in Mexico, by the way. So for
All
us,
right.
it was like it was another world. But Allman Brothers, Deep Purple, Grand Funk Railroad, and so the bass lines became a little harder, and the vocals at the same time. So that's what it was. I was just tempted. I was
Yeah.
challenged, and I was
Yes.
challenging myself inside. I was challenging myself. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Also, I got to add, bro, is I was that awkward kid with the freckles. I still have freckles. You can't see them because I'm so dark now with the sun. But freckles, buck teeth, introvert, very insecure. I mean, I was that kid that wouldn't, I couldn't hang out. I felt very insecure. And what music did, it gave me a place where I felt like, oh, I belong here.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yeah,
was. So
man.
it became a bit of a sanctuary, if you will. And then I started growing. The more I liked it, the more time I spent,
Yeah.
and then the better I got. And then I got recruited by a national band, and I started touring at 16 years old. And the rest is history. I fell into every hole you can imagine, drugs and alcohol, and I came out in. I was in my late 20s, and I'm going to celebrate September 20th, by the way, 33 years of sobriety, you guys. 1987,
Wow.
September 20th.
Wow.
Incredible.
And
Wow.
Hats
and
off
that's
to
the
you, brother.
thank you, brother. It's one of the reasons why I'm still around, to be honest, because
Yeah.
there's no doubt in my mind. What do you do, man? You're young, you go out there, man, you go out there, and all the, everything you could imagine is available for
Yeah.
you, to you, free,
Yeah.
So I have those addictive tendencies, and I keep that in check. As long as it's something productive, then I can be obsessive and compulsive about it. When I got sober, I started working out, man. It was like my late 20s, and I was out of shape. I couldn't breathe. So working out became my obsession, and I mean, to a point where I was hurting myself. But it's how it is. My brain works that way.
Yeah.
Music was the same thing. And now I haven't done a gig since I was in a recording studio in February with guys know Greg Raleigh. You should know Greg Raleigh, keyboard player. If you go to Woodstock, the film, Greg Raleigh was the keyboard player for Santana. He sang all the songs.
All right.
Okay.
B3 player. Uh, we just finished an album. I just got it, and I'm listening to it. I'm going, wow, look at my career, man. I'm so grateful. I mean, I can't, and I could talk about it forever,
Oh,
because
please do, man. Please do. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're, I'm talking nonstop, but when you're a kid, 13, 14, and these are the bands that you listen to, and they seem so far away, right?
yeah.
You could never comprehend the fact that there's a possibility that you might end up working with them,
Yeah.
that situation, and your career lends itself so that you landed in LA, and you start meeting folks, and you start playing, and you start getting busy with playing on albums and all that. So yeah, I listen to stuff like that, and that's why I wake up and I'm like, I call it the attitude of gratitude. I wake up, if I have the attitude of gratitude, my life is perfect.
Yeah.
My life is where it needs to be. Don't need to there's nothing lacking. I'm at peace with myself, and I'm focusing on the good column, the positive side.
Yeah.
Uh, and right now, as you well know, health is number one. If we don't have health,
You got
you
nothing,
know,
man.
uh,
Yeah.
nothing matters. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to talk too much. I know I do. I have
No, I
my
love
coffee.
it. I love it.
I have my coffee, man. But
Keep going, dude.
Brilliant.
yeah. So that's what it was, man. The better I got, the more I challenged myself. Uh, I started growing, like anything else. If you're a sports guy, if you fall in love with soccer and you start playing, man, I see these kids all over YouTube, amazing, 8 and 9 years old, just kicking butt. You're going, wow, these guys are gonna go pro. You can tell. And that's what it is, like anything. I just start spending time. Uh, but I think at the core, and I think you guys might agree with that. I think at the core of that is you got to love it with a passion. You got to
Ab-
love it, man. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the driving force. That's what keeps you when you have one of those shows where you're playing in front of 110 or 200,000 people, and you go out there, man, and you go for the first line, and the mic's not working. Wah, 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 wah. And
Yeah.
then what makes you get up and do it again, right? You got to
Yeah.
love it. For me, it's searching for that next. People ask me often, is it what's been the best gig or the best tour or the best artist you worked with or best album or whatever? And I always say, there's so many, but I'm waiting for that one. I'm still searching for that one.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
I
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
It's
you
true.
never,
I got
yeah,
chills.
yeah.
I can resonate with that.
You're never happy with what you've done. It's what's next. I love that attitude. Because
Always waiting for that next album, bro. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, like, kind of, I know you answered that question there, but was there a moment where you kind of walked on stage and you thought, wow, it took you by surprise, this is a new level where you've upped your game? Where in your career was there a moment like, this is a game changer?
Uh, when I was out there, man, at the beginning of my career, I was out there. I started doing some cool things, and I had to do a lot of gigs that I really didn't want to do, but out of necessity. I got married when I was 16. I had 2 kids by 19.
Wow.
I had a marriage. I had a home, and I had to do everything that gets in front of you to support the family.
Yeah.
You can't be too selective, so you learn a lot along the way. Then drugs and alcohol kind of took over. I came to LA unprepared in that spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically, I was very weak.
Mm.
But the outer side was showing a different side. I was very confident and all that. But I had a very bad heroin and cocaine addiction. IV. I was, I can talk about it today. Um, so I got to LA and my name started getting around and I started getting invited to do this and that. And I felt I got a call to audition for Lionel Richie, right? You got to
Wow.
think about it. This is the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
The beginning. And that's when I said, oh, something's going on. I got something here cooking. Shortly after, I got a call to audition for Cher. And even though I didn't get the gigs, it's the fact that I was just in
Yep.
those circles. I
You were
realized
in the
something is
running.
cooking. Unfortunately, my addiction was so bad that it took over, and I ended up not even after all that. Maybe I had a hard time dealing with the failure that I didn't get the gigs.
Right.
I don't know, to be honest. I was so numb and so drugged out. I was so out of it. I was pretty much just existing. I went into this deep hole and I started selling everything and hawking everything. And I ended up with no instruments, no gear, no nothing. Everything I had, I sold. And pretty much on, that spiral thing where I was downwards.
Yeah.
And after a few years, I realized I was just really unhappy with who I was. Um, and so I came to a head and I got sober. I got busted. I got sober in '87, thank God. And that's when I choose to think that's when my life began, my career and my life and everything involved. Because then I had the clarity to say, I haven't played music in 2 years. What the hell's going on? What happened? I don't, it was one of those whirlwinds where it's like, wow. Uh, so I got myself together and I went back to LA.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people, a lot of friends that kind of knew who I was and what I had to offer and all that. And they helped me, kind of rebuild my confidence. And then I remember the first gig going back, this is in '87, maybe '88. I was talking about it in another interview, uh, it was it was a rap party for Dirty Dancing movie in Hollywood.
Oh.
In
Wow.
those days, like I said, I went to LA and I told myself I had this preconceived idea of who I was and what I'm only going to do this. I'm only going by then I was playing a lot of prog rock
Yeah.
and jazz. I wanted
Yeah.
to grow as a musician. But when I got back, I just realized how lucky I was to be able to play music for a living. And I said, anything that gets in front of me, I'm going to do. I don't care what it is. I'm just going to do it. My attitude changed.
Yeah.
And so this is a band with a bunch of names, but gigs that you do, they're corporate gigs, but they pay really well.
Mm.
And then, so and so is Swayze is there and the cast and the producers and directors and celebrities. And I was sweating bullets. It was my first gig when I was sober, man.
Yeah.
And talk about, we did 2 sets, a mellower set at the beginning, when people are yapping and eating, and then the stronger set later. But I got through it and I realized, I did okay.
Yeah.
I met Buddy, come here. This is Buddy time. Anyway,
Hey.
say hello.
Awesome.
Say hello. Anyway,
Hey Marco,
That
I
was
can
my-
remember you talking about your dogs when you played the Patriot last year in Kremlin. I
about
remember you
Buddy.
saying, oh, yeah, and didn't you have Chihuahuas?
He's a Chihuahua. He's a pug Chihuahua cross. So he's not little. He's somewhere in the middle. But the funny thing about it, come here, buddy. Buddy, come here. See if he comes. Come here. Somebody came to the door. Is what it is. My son's in there. He said, "My son's having a party, man.
Ah, cool.
Skateboarding. I'm taking him to the beach later to surf a little bit.
We love
But
parties.
Yeah, he's got that underbite.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
If I can show you, buddy, come here, buddy. He's not listening. But
Our guitarist pulls that face when he's upset as well. Shayna.
oh man, I've seen some pictures of me. Answer this question, you guys. Why is it when you're doing the bigger gigs, right?
Yeah.
Why is it somewhere somebody decided that the first 3 songs for the pit were the only ones to let the the media take shots, right?
Yeah.
And what's the angle? The worst angle you could possibly take. First of all, it's the first 3 songs. There's always a bit of a sound check in the first couple of songs. We know that. We're kind of getting, no matter how much time you spend doing sound check and all that, you're still trying to get adjusted to the fact that now the venue
finding our feet, isn't we? We're finding our feet.
the venue is full, so the sound is different, and so you could my expressions, man, and I've seen a lot of shots that are going, wow, it's like the worst possible angle, but that's what it is. You deal with it. But who decided? We're not doing it at the end of the set, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah. Correct. Correct.
Come on, man. Okay, we're gonna play it 40,
when we're all
play it
sweaty.
45 minutes. Yeah, sweaty, but still, not only that, but a different angle from the side, from the sides,
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the wings or whatever, or a color photo, or whatever. But these cats, man, like this, I was like, wow, what a trip. So yeah, the concentration, you can see the concentration of I sweat more than anybody else I know. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm drenched, which is good.
Yeah.
I guess I hear it's a good metabolism, but anyway, that was the first gig, and again, to go back to the story, that's when after that gig I started getting calls from I'm going to drop names, and I don't like to do it, but I'll do it. Other than the fact that we're just talking, I got called, from Edgar Winter, Al Jarreau, Chaka Khan used to come in and play with my band and sit in. And so that's when I realized, and between all that, I got a call from John Sykes. John's calling me, says, or his wife called, Jennifer, and says, "You're playing tonight." Yeah. Come in. Can we come in? Yeah. And I put him on the guest list. It was Jennifer, John, and this drummer. Who was it? I don't know, remember. But so John was looking for a replacement for Tony Franklin. You guys are familiar with John Sykes, Blue Murder, yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
And if you're not, and I know there's a new generation that is not, you guys need to get acquainted with the history of John and what he brought to music, rock and roll history, heavy stuff, Whitesnake and Thin Lizzy and all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, so he called me, came into to hear my set. And my band in those days was a fusion, quasi fusion Latin funk jazz band.
Yeah.
I was stretching out, I was working out a lot, and I was practicing a lot, and I was challenging myself, and I was playing fretless, exclusively a 6 fretless bass. And so there was a lot of notes played, there was a lot of stuff going on. The drummer, Joey Heredia, out of this world, man. And Renato Neto, who ended up working with Prince. Prince recruited him there on keys from Brazil. And so I got a lot of folks coming into that gig to kind of check me out and see if there's something that I could, that I could be part of. So John, I finished the set, and we're playing some Brazilian stuff, some salsa, some funk, some James Brown, some this, some Stevie Wonder, Charlie Parker,
Yeah, man.
you know, Billie Holiday. We're all over the freaking.
Wow.
And we take a break, and he comes over and says, "Hi, Marco, I'm John. I know who you are, man. Wow, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm gonna get right to it. I need a bass player. Tony has left Blue Murder, and we started the second album. And I have a 4-album commitment with Geffen Records. And I would love for you to come in and check it out. Come to the studio. Okay, are you interested?" I said, "Absolutely. I'm a big fan. I had the first album, Blue Murder. Amazing, man. Big fan of Tony's fretless, the tone that he brought the band, you know, Carmine and John. The band was just amazing. Great producer and great mixer too. So the album was amazing. So I was flattered. Those were things that starting to happen to answer your question again, but now in sobriety, where I could keep my
Yeah.
head together and show up on time and prepare myself and do my homework so that I could come in and do the best possible job. And I went into the
Yeah.
studio, and John and I just hit it off, man. We were like two kids. You know, we laughed. We had a good
Yeah.
time. I wasn't threatened by him. He wasn't threatened by me. There was mutual respect,
Yes.
and we became good friends. And I think that's essential in any situation when it comes to being creative in music, building music, that you have that connection with somebody else. You know. So we hit it off. Long story short, the album came out. It was okay. We went on tour, and then grunge. I remember grunge, Nirvana.
Yeah.
Boom, same label. And so they went from whatever you want to call hair bands, whatever label. I remember we were on tour, and we were getting all the support from the label. We did everything you could imagine. We felt, wow, this is going to be good. It's a good album. Um, Nothing But Trouble is the name of the album. Check it out. Nothing But Trouble, Blue Murder. And I think Tony's playing on some tracks. I don't remember how many I ended up. It doesn't matter to me. But I ended up joining the band. And John and I ended up doing, I don't know, 6, 7 albums, something like that.
Wow.
So anyway, we're on tour. This is for early 90s. Uh, we're on tour, man. And we get to the other side of the Mississippi, and they unplug all the support, the label. It was like night and day overnight. And so, long story short, we headed home. It was one of those, again, wah 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 moments, you know. But it's getting that, and that point again, it's going to happen. Things like that are going to happen, and then you have to be. It's to your best interest to be resilient and find other ways to work around the circumstances, you know. And we came back, and from that point on, the market that was overwhelming for John was Japan and Europe, because in his set, you know, he wrote a lot of songs with Thin Lizzy, so we would play a lot of the Thunder and Lightning tracks, which I'm a big fan of. You know, that's when Thin Lizzy went from here to the other side.
Yeah.
Thunder and Lightning, and on and on and on. So we went and toured a lot in Japan and Europe, and the relationship was great. And he was my connection to Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
When the guys got together to go do 7 shows as a tribute to Phil in Japan, he called me and says, you know, we're going out. Scott Gorham, Brian Downey, Darren Wharton, and myself, we're going out, and we need a bass player, man. Would you be interested? And I'm like, are you really asking me if I'm interested? I said, absolutely, I'm there now. So
Yeah.
he said, this is part of the set list that we used to do. I don't know what we're doing, but just some homework. And I did. Again, I had, you know, back to the sobriety part. I had time, I had focus, I had the desire and the passion.
Yeah.
And I went and got myself, in those days, Tower Records were still around here in California. So went and got cassettes, vinyl, you know, CDs, everything I could get, VHS videos on Thin Lizzy, and I studied. his approach, his sound, the upstroke, you know, which is where his accents are. And it took
Yeah.
me a minute to realize, and how Brian plays and him, and they lock in. It's so cool, man. It's that pocket, right? And so I did that. I went in to Third Encore here in Hollywood, and you know, you feel the tension. The guys are looking at me like, "Who is this freaking guy? I don't have a, you know, who is this cat?" You know. And John's like, he opened the door for me. He says, "Don't worry, he'll deliver." And apparently I did. They started throwing songs that out of nowhere, and I think I memorized a good 20 songs. I did my work. I put my time in, and then I made some charts. I wrote some rough charts, some cheat notes on a few others, just in case. So I was prepared, and it was a thrill, man. So moments like that, when you asked me, was there a moment specifically? There was a ton of them.
Yeah.
Because it kept going, bro. It kept going from Thin Lizzy. I put 22 years in that lineup, give or take. I left for a few years here and there, and we came back. 22 years, man.
Wow, man.
Unbelievable. 2016. And from there, you know, all of a sudden along the way, I get a call from David Coverdale. And I thought it was somebody pulling my leg. The typical, "Hello, darling. Marco Mendoza, please." This is. And I said, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
I swear. It sounds like, but you could hear the voice. And then for a moment, go, "What?" He did call back. And I'm like, and I apologized profusely. And I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on, David?" "Well, I'm wondering if you want to come up. Let's have lunch, you know, let's have a talk, let's have a visit, coffee." And I said, "Yeah." So he flew me to his pad in Tahoe, and we got along well, really good. We hit it off. And he offered me the gig. You know, we hadn't even played a note together, but he said, and I did ask him, I said, "Bro, we haven't, are you sure, man? I mean, absolutely I'm interested, but we haven't engaged. We haven't, you know." He got an acoustic. He pulled out John Lennon's guitar. He's got it. And started playing, and it was very cool. Great moments. And he says, "Don't worry, Marco. I've been doing some research, and I did my homework as well." And he showed me the videos. He's got a massive theater, right? And started showing videotapes and all that. I'm going, "Wow, I'm flattered." Very cool. So another moment, yet
Incredible. Yeah, man.
another level, and another level, another level. And for a moment there, I met Tommy Aldrich through John Sykes. And he's another brother. I love that guy. Whether we're playing or we're not, I just love who he is as a person, as a musician, you know, where he's been, the history. He's done it all. He's seen it all 3 or 4 times over. And yet he's a very humble, down to earth. He's a Christian. He's a believer, and him and I just hit it off. So we became a bit of a partners there, rhythm section. So him and I started getting called to do this, to do that as a team. You know, as a rhythm section.
Yeah.
So actually, we got something cooking. I won't say what it is, but we're doing something, another album here soon.
Cool.
Next
Incredible.
Tommy.
Yes.
But so that was, yet there's another moment, and another moment, and another moment. And Ted Nugent, when Ted Nugent called, he called on the phone. And I don't know if you know Nugent well enough, but you know he can be very like, he's on fire, man. 100% of the time he's on fire, right? He's got one of those. Blah, 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 blah. Tommy called me. And you got to be on your toes, which is great. I love that guy. All my respect and love and freaking for that cat. Sober, I have to say. But
Yeah.
Tommy, at some point we were doing, I want to say we were doing Whitesnake, Thin Lizzy, juggling. Somehow that was working. And then Tommy calls me one day and says, "Marco, you know Ted Nugent, don't you?" I said, "Are you kidding me? I'm a freaking Southern Rock fan, man. He was part of my Southern Rock freaking cats, you know, Alma Brothers, Grand Funk Railroad, Ted Nugent, Jay Giles, and so many other bands, you know, Leonard Skinner. I could go forever." So he was in that group. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Absolutely. He says, "Well, he got offered the Kiss tour, and this is what was it, the original lineup, farewell tour, 99, 2000, something like
Part 1.
So we knew it was going to be huge. And he got offered the middle slot. So it's going to be Skid Row, Ted Nugent, and Kiss. And, you know, the talk about it was all over the place. Everybody was talking about that thing happening. He says, can I give Ted your number? I said, absolutely. And within hours, he called, caught me off guard again. But he, you know, you think I talk a lot. Boom, man. Marco Mendoza, yes. But you, blah, 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 and I love your playing. And I'm wondering if you could come out to Mates and hang out with us and let's do a little jam, you know? Come to find out, Tommy was pitching me to him because I sang a little bit and I could pull off some of the songs. And he wanted to go back to a trio situation, 3-piece. And so he needed somebody to kind of cover the Derek St. Holmes, the Hey Babies and Stranglehold and Just What the Doctor Ordered, et cetera, which is songs that I grew up with. I knew. I never played them, but so I prepared myself. I went there, and we got off well. And then he asked me for you know, you guys know I'm Mexican, right? Spanish, Mexican, American. So he said, "Where's your stick grub, man? Let's go get some stick grub." And so right by the studio, there's a Mexican restaurant, and we went, and he loved it, man. And so we're getting along. There's a vibe there. And then we come back to the studio, play a couple more songs. Manager is there. He says, "Okay, cool, Marco. We'll give you a call. Take care." You know, I went out, and another moment. I'm going, what the? Even if I don't get the gig, what the hell's going on? I had played with Steve Vai in the same studio at same rehearsal a few years before, also an audition. I forgot about that, but so that's the level. Those were the calls that I was getting. So you're asking me about. So it was ongoing, man. Every day something happened. Every week something happened that just blew my mind, and I knew that I was in the right place. That my, you know, my decision to come to LA and kind of like pick up where I left off was the right decision. And to this day, I tell everybody, man, whether you're a band or a solo artist or songwriter, artist, whatever, LA has a lot to offer. Obviously, this year is funky, but there's a lot of options here. And if you come over and the community will grab you, man, and support you and help you. There's a lot of good people out here. LA is still the place where, you know, you could make your mark, you know, but so that's what happened, and on and on and on. And somewhere along the way, to bring it up today, I ended up, it was the last tour with Thin Lizzy in Australia with Motley Crue Kiss tour package. It was a big one.
Yeah, man.
Massive. And so I'm having a blast. And I think we did 8 concerts, 8 festivals. It was huge, massive. We're doing stadiums and big, massive things. And before the show, the band that was opening up was David Lowey's band. He had a project, if you know David Lowy from the Dead Daisies.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And him and his manager approached me before the last show. He says, "Marco, you know, we have," he said his manager, David, "we have a project here. We did a studio album, and there's possibilities that we might need a band to play live and, you know, support the album. Would you be interested?" Yeah, man, absolutely. Send it back to me. So I finished. I came home. 2 weeks later, I get the call. It says, "Can we send you some tracks?" I said, "Yeah, please." And from the moment, I'm not exaggerating, man. When I heard a voice for singers, you know, you hear that voice, man, or you going, "What the hell?" I heard that was the first focal point for me. When I hear it, I hear with my ears, I hear the voice, and then the songs. I heard the songs, the production, the whole thing. I'm going, wow, this is speaking to me in a big way. I mean, this is something I identify with 100%. And I called back and says, "We're gonna send you some more." So they sent like 3 or 4 or 5 tracks. And by that time, I was talking to Richard Fortis. They were out with Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And Richard had been part of the Thin Lizzy alumni. I don't know if you guys were aware. He came in after Vivian. After Vivian left, Richard came in. It was like a 3-month run. You know, he came in because Vivian had to split with Def Leppard last minute, and we had shows to do. But Richard killed it, man. Great guy. Talk about player and a family guy, a husband, a father, a freaking great player. Just everything about him is so cool. I love that guy. So him and I had played with Lissy, so we had that connection, and we started talking about this that day because they approached him as well. So he said, "Looks like I'm going to do it, Marco. You should do it, man. Come." And I moved a few things around. I was working with Neil Sean on a new album, and Dolores. You guys know Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries, the singer. Dolores.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
yes.
We were working on her second album, and she was cool. She says, "Marco, don't worry. It's an album. I'm going. Go do your thing, and hit us back when you're available, and we'll continue." Great. And the same thing with Neil, because he's busy with Journey and all that. So I opened myself up for I don't know, 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and flew to Sydney. And the moment we came in, the first rehearsal was just full of vibe, man. All but great vibe. It was John Stevens on vocal, by the way. You got to look him up. It's that cat that kind of, makes
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
every freaking note, man. And it was Richard. And the lineup was there. Dizzy, also.
Dizzy Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
man.
was,
I've seen it. I've seen it in Cardiff.
yeah. And they were opening up for Thin Lizzy. But that's another story. Oh, no. It was Black Star
Black Star
Rider.
Riders. Black Star Riders, yeah.
Yeah.
I was at that show.
So go in. The other, I forgot this little fact. When they said, we're trying to build a band of some name so we can carry some weight, and we've been offered to open up for Aerosmith. And I went, what? Within myself, I'm going, Aerosmith. I'm a big fan, man. I mean, the bell rang. I went, yeah, I'm there. Just fly me. I'm there. Don't worry about anything. So anyway, long story, we ended up getting that spot, and we opened up for Aerosmith. It was a big hit with everybody, and then we started getting the offers in the U.S. and so got to hang with the boys, and that was another moment where I went, wow, is this ever going to stop? Is this ever? It's just, I'm blown away, bro. Honestly, I'm blown away, and I'm being honest. I'm flattered that you guys want to talk to me, at any capacity. It's very cool, man. I appreciate it from the heart, from the gut,
We're over the moon, dude. I
Dude,
tell you what I'm realizing here, Marco. I mean, obviously you've got an incredible talent as a bass player and a musician, but I'm getting just talking to you here. There's a reason why all these bands want you in the band. It's just you're this really approachable, like you're like a magnet, man. Like I see everybody commenting here on our page, all the Crow fans and stuff. They're all like, man, what a dude, what a dude. You're inspiring, dude.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, brother.
Band,
Yeah,
Look,
and it's a true.
Go ahead.
It's a true story as well, Marco. We heard you on a podcast. Oh, got to be about 3 years ago, Lloyd.
4 years ago, yeah.
We heard you do a podcast, and you said so much on that podcast. And I'm being straight with you now.
Recovery?
I can't remember, but you were talking about jamming and the feels and being in a room and what's important. And we took all that back, and we had a rehearsal literally days later, and we were all buzzing about kind of what you said. And I swear that to you, there's no, you're on here, we're gonna fill you. That was guaranteed, like what Shane said. It was so influential to us to kind of carry it off, and we were like, yeah, man, it's all about the feels. It's all about the jam. It's all about being with the right people and expanding your knowledge. And you know what I mean? So there was loads that you said that touched on that and resonated with us all. Fantastic, mate. Honestly, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, brother. I'm flattered. Thank you so much.
I think one of the most memorable lines I heard you say on that podcast was, "You just got to surround yourself with the cool cats."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's very true, very true. When I was a kid and starting to play, I realized when I got recruited by that other band. So now I had a band with my brother, and we were beginning, and two brothers and two brothers, and we weren't serious about it. For us, it was just get together whenever it comes together, it comes together. These other cats were like, no, we're rehearsing. We start now, we finish here, and we learn 2 songs every week. We have a PA. We put some money together. We bought a PA. We bought a little car. We're organized. They
Yeah.
had their logo on and the name of the band was Peace Association, if you want to get a laugh. Peace Association on the van. And so, yeah, I realized that if I put myself in a better situation, you're gonna have to grow.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with the better players, you're gonna have to step up
Mm-hmm.
because it'll be obvious that you can't pull it off. A lot has to do with personalities and the people that are willing to support you and grab you, take you under their wing, if you will. Which I had a lot of people along my way. You know, in the jazz department, I got to play with some of the heavies, and they were cool. They took me under the wing, and they realized that I was more of a rocker cat that I wanted. I was thirsty. I was
Yeah.
hungry to learn, and
Yeah.
they could pick up on that.
Yeah.
And so that's what it is. Unfortunately, in our business, man, you have the cats that are very close-minded.
Yeah.
They're doing it for the wrong reasons, for ego reasons or whatever. They want part of the lifestyle,
Yeah.
which is, I get it. I totally get it, man. They want the celebrity, the fame, the fortune, and everything comes with it. And those are the cats that have issues later on.
Mm.
Because, and this is another thing, man, I really believe music, it's its own reward, if you know what I mean. Music is its own reward. You're
Yes.
rewarded by playing music, period.
Yeah. That should
Has
be
nothing,
enough. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
yeah, you know, and if you surround yourself with people that are the same, that say have the same mentality, that are passion driven, that love the arts, that love music, it's a winning combination, you know. So the Dead Daisies was one of those. Back to the story, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. You're playing with some heavy cats.
Mhm.
How can you go wrong, you know?
Yeah.
And so we started touring, and 6 albums later, the lineup changed a couple of times. And last August 19th, 2019 is when we announced, Glenn coming in to sing and play bass, and I announced me moving on. John Corabi and myself moving on, and I miss it, man. I miss the Dead Daisies, but last year was one of those years where I had another moment like that, bro, where I woke up and I'm going, wow, the rewards just keep on coming if you do the footwork, if you work. And it was based on my solo career because I did close to 100 shows last year on my solo thing, you know.
Wow.
Didn't we do a few shows? Didn't we?
Yeah,
We
man.
did
No, we did.
Nosfest.
Yeah, Nosfest
Nosfest.
in Southampton.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That show came and went. I think I flew in that morning from California. I had knees, unbeknownst to anybody, because I like to keep this stuff under the radar. I had knee surgery like 10 days before, 2 weeks before. And the doctor says, no, you can't fly, you can't go, no, you can't. So I did my physical therapy and I came out and I was in pain, but I was a little spaced out on meds, which I don't like to take, but I was on meds and I got through. I think I did like 8 shows in the UK, something quick. And that's right. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was
It
a
was.
cool,
It was.
cool little festival.
It was, man. It was
Well, you guys
boiling
were going
hot
back
that
this
day.
year, right? You guys were going back this year in 2020. You're supposed to, correct?
No, we
No.
had they
Next
wanted
year.
us back, but the secret was we got added to download.
Oh, and you
yeah,
couldn't tell anybody.
we
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
tell anybody, so there was loads of people asking us to play, and we were like,
Bravo,
oh,
man.
we can't say nothing. And the worst thing is, you know what it's like when you're in a band. Everyone's going, oh, that's it. Now they don't want to play our shows. And it was nothing to do with us. Just obviously when you get certain slots of certain shows.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
so that was our moment to be. And sadly COVID happened. So it's kind of been delayed now. So it's not over. There's a positive.
No.
It's next year now. So
Absolutely.
but yeah. So that's the reason, obviously, there was gigs coming in like that. I think that was the plan for us to, Nosfest approach. But yeah, we couldn't tell a lot of the festival organisers because obviously we were told, shh.
Well,
Yeah.
it's one of the
Same thing with
secrecy.
Mark. Mark Allison up in Scotland, right?
Yes. Yeah, man.
Monster Fest, a dear friend, great supporter. He's helped me in so many ways. I can't even tell you. He's a bit of a right hand guy for me too. And I met him through the Daisies. He's still working with the Daisies, but what a great guy, great spirit. I love that guy. I just spoke with him earlier. But things like that, that the public, the fans don't realize the politics involved,
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
That you can't announce. You're not supposed to. You can. It's and unless you've done the business, you understand the ins and outs of it.
yeah.
But the real fans will hang with you, brother. They'll
That's true,
understand
bro.
at the end of the day, and
You
they'll
are
get it.
you are absolutely right because we're so close with our fans,
Yeah,
and then obviously as you said, whether it be the agent or whoever's putting on the event, they just say don't say nothing, don't comment at all, and it's very difficult when people then are saying X, Y, and Z, and you cannot even comment on it.
I
It's
know.
just it's really hard. But as you said, the true fans they know the Crows well enough to see why there's got to be a reason why we're not doing what we should be doing. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Um,
they understand.
yeah.
But I believe. Let me think. That was the first one. It was Jody, right?
Yeah.
Jody
Jody,
and her
Yeah.
yeah,
dad.
Yeah.
yeah,
That was the
yeah.
first. She's also a bit of a fan. Her dad and her were big Thin Lizzy fans. That's how we met. And I think I was doing a Daisy's gig or whatever, and they approached me and says, "We're thinking about doing a festival. Can you help?" Absolutely. I need to play in the UK. As a solo artist, which has been my right now. It's my vehicle. I'm paying attention to that, and I got to tell you guys, and at the end of the day, the bigger picture, the numbers matter for financial reasons, the business end of it, all that. It's very gratifying to know that you're building something. But for personal reasons, man, last year I finished in December in Italy, just full, man. My glass was full.
Mm.
Whether I brought in the right numbers or not, or the attendance was low or high or whatever, and I did pretty well, I have to say, given the fact that it was my first time going out. Uh, as a creative person that we all are inside, and we got to do what we got to do, right? But creatively, when you challenge yourself and you have any kind of success with your own, with your own music and all that, it's just very rewarding. So I was set up for this year. I was salivating. I
Yeah.
was so excited, man, and I started getting invited to more festivals and more closer to the headline. Great. And then this happened. But like you said, we're gonna keep moving on because that's what we got to do. You know,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you got to stay focused on that. Be optimistic, be positive as much as you can, and be grateful for the things that you do have, and the things that you don't have will happen. Maybe they're not supposed to happen. You know, we
I love
put
it.
so much It's true though.
I
We
love
put
it.
so much focus on. I remember way back, man. I want that Rick. I was a big Chris Squire fan, right? Well,
Yeah.
Jack Bruce, Tim Bogart, the usual, Greg Lake. But yes, I was into Prague, and I wanted that Rick bass, man. And I wanted that Rick bass, but I had no money, and that was a very expensive bass. Uh, and I remember having terrible days because I couldn't get that freaking bass. And once I learned to let go, and I had this Kalamazoo, which is a copy of an SG Gibson. It's
Okay.
the cheapest bass they can make. You buy it for 200, $300. And I started digging the bass, and okay, this is my bass. This is my bass. In those days, you have one if you're lucky. And to this day, I wish I could find that bass. But anyway, once I gave in, everything else happened at the right time. It was a trip, man. But so yeah, focus on the things you do have, and you guys are killing it, man. Next year is going to be a great year for all of us. You guys, maybe we'll see. I got invited to dump, not to be presumptuous or whatever, but I did get invited, and for other reasons, I uh, couldn't do download and a few other Sweden Rock
Mm.
uh, because I was busy with the Daisies.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So that was the thing, and we got asked to kind of lay back on our solo stuff, side stuff, which I get it, and we had a great run. But next year, man, I'm so looking forward to it. Right now, it's about finishing the album. We're having a bit of an issue traveling, as you know.
Mhm.
Uh, I was flying out there 2 weeks ago, and I was literally at the airport with all the letters. I called the embassy, the whole thing. I was flying to Denmark. 3 hours before I got to the airport, they closed the borders, man. So I couldn't fly.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was frustrating. So we're trying to figure out where we're gonna finish. We have like 3 more tracks to go and address some vocals, and I'm just looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to what's ahead. For November, December, we're trying to see if November is an option to do some shows. We're looking at the UK, Italy, Spain, Germany. Maybe just do a little run just to have some kind of presence,
Yeah.
and then do the bigger tour next year. We'll see. But
Have you, Marco? Have you kept yourself active in LA at the moment? Have you managed to
I,
like meet up with some buddies and have a jam? And
where I live. I got to tell you, which is funny about the smoke, man, because I live 65 miles south of Los Angeles.
yeah, man, yeah,
Los Angeles is not the epicenter of the industry. The industry is Hollywood, which is north, and the Valley. The Valley is where all the studios are. That's where all the rehearsal studios. Most 80%, 90% of the industry musicians live in the Valley. Sherman Oaks, Studio City, uh, 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 that in the Valley. So I'm like 70 miles away from there. When this COVID thing happened, we couldn't travel. Uh, we couldn't leave the house, so we stay in touch. We
Mm.
talk, but I have a little community here in Orange County. This is Surf City, USA. It's all about biking and skateboarding and surfing and fishing.
Yeah.
And so my son, uh, after this, I'm going to take him. We're going to ride the bikes, which is like a 3 mile ride to the beach, and he's gonna take his board and surf a little bit with his friends, and I'll get in the water, and
Sounds
we
like
do a
the
lot. I try to stay active that way. As far as the music is concerned, I every so often I'll go and put my headphones on and play with my tracks, and revisit the tracks that we're working on right now. I wrote a couple of things since then, and so I try to stay active. But
yeah.
I got to say, man, this thing took me for. It was a big surprise. It was like nobody expected this to go this far.
yeah, man,
Nobody.
No.
yeah.
So in the back of my mind, when it started happening in March, I had a little bit of a surgery again. I came out of the hospital, and it was a Corona, okay, quarantine. Nobody can do that. But we're going to close all the businesses. You have to eat at home. It's cool. Spend time with the family. It was cool. My kids were doing their school online. My wife was working online. By 12 noon, 1, they're ready to do something. So we spend a lot of time,
Yeah.
and a lot of bikes. The bike business has blown up
Yeah.
in here in Orange County and in LA. But so we started going out to the beach, and it was a great workout. But I haven't seen anybody. Greg Raleigh. I flew out to Austin to finish that album. He was the last cat I saw, and we spent time at his house. And that's look out for it, man. That's a great album. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Very, very, very cool. And but yeah, I try to stay active as far as physically. We're always doing something or other. We went out on the boat this Saturday. I don't know if you guys know, but it's Labor Day weekend here. It's like a 3-day weekend,
Oh, cool.
like a holiday Monday. So it's Friday,
Oh,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It
ours
was
was
this
last
weekend.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What is it? What's it called?
Well, we call it a bank holiday.
Bank holiday. That's right.
yeah.
It's like that. It's Labor Day here. But so we went out and got a boat. Went out paddleboarding. Newport Harbor, man. It was just
Nice.
beautiful. It was great weather, great time, and that was Saturday. Sunday morning, I wake up. Talk about being sore. Oh my gosh! It's all upper body, right? It's all
Mm.
core and upper body, and it's like yay. But
Yeah.
yeah, I understand the importance of staying physically fit and being
Yeah.
healthy.
Mm.
And with this asthma thing, I always have sinus problems, and on the road, having to sing, freaking do 9, 10, 12 shows in a row. Eek, I do it, I pull it off, but you do the best you can. But yeah, I'm healthy, man. I gotta say, now that I'm gonna be 85 next month. I was just checking and see if you guys are listening. I feel like I'm talking too much, but
No, man.
it'll be.
No, man. No. Are your band predominantly American, or is there British in there as well? Is there?
To be honest, when I started doing my solo thing, I've always had bands. I've always had other projects other than the ones that you know about, the big names, the big profile, the bigger bands. I've always had something. I have a need to continue moving forward and challenging myself. This is, I gotta admit, this is the longest period that I can remember in 20 years that I've been without playing with a band. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But soon, we're gonna be doing a stream thing with the rock thing. Hopefully, from the Baked Potato. I don't know if you know the Baked Potato. It's pretty famous. Everybody and their mom plays there. Big names. And so we got invited. I know the owner, and we're talking about maybe doing a live thing. But so when I started my solo thing, I did the album with Frontiers, Live for Tomorrow. I don't know if you know about it, but I did it. And I have on the album, I have Steve Lukather playing on it. I have Richie Kotzen produced. He played on it.
Richie Kotzen's a dude.
Right? Tommy Aldridge, Brian Tishy, Ted Nugent, Steve Lukather. I had some of my friends to come and play, and I had a blast doing it. I didn't tour behind that album because I was busy doing some other band or two other bands or three, the big ones.
Yeah.
The ones to kind of help you raise a family and put a roof over their head, pay their bills and college tuition that's coming up. Oh, don't get me started. But it's a trip, brother. But you do it for them. So my manager, I had a manager, he said, Marco, it's been 2 years or a year and a half, and your album, man, it came out and it went because the label will only support it for 3 months or so. That's it. They do their ads and marketing and promotion. Frontiers, they did a great job. And why don't we do? It was NAMM show. You guys know NAMM show? You've been to NAMM show? The trade show? It was around January or February or something. He says, why don't we organize, since everybody's going to be here from around the planet, in all your endorsements? I've always been very lucky and blessed that I have endorsements, amps, strings, basses, pedals, mics, the whole thing, in-ear monitors, the whole thing. So all your peeps are going to be around. Why don't we do a show in a little local club that was also kind of famous?
Oh.
He's at the mute.
Marcus, you've hit mute.
You've hit
Is
mute.
it mute? I think you muted your man. Yeah. I think it's muted. The microphone is muted. The microphone is muted. There he is. No, hang on. Oh man, that was brilliant. Yeah, he's just kind of sorting out some technical issues. Oh, it's been a night of a haven't guys?
Yes.
There he is. There he is. I think it's sorted. There he is. That's cool.
I learned something. So long story short, everybody was coming in, and Soren Anderson was the guy that I'd seen at trade shows in Frankfurt and in LA, and brilliant guitar player. I mean, something about him that just, you can imagine it's a concentration of hundreds of musicians, if not thousands, and everybody's in their booth, respective booth, supporting their endorsements. And so you get to see everybody, big names, small names. All. He was pretty. He wasn't well known, let's just say, but he had the talent. And I approached him and I said, listen, I'm doing a show. You're coming with TC Electronic, which I was working with. What do you think about playing with me, to celebrate Viva la Rock? He says, I would love to. So he became, long story short, I know I talk a lot, he became my guitar player for a while, in that he lived in Denmark, most of my gigs started in Europe, and then I found drummers. I found Pino Liberti from Italy, which is a great drummer. He became part of the rhythm section with me, and then Soren started getting busy. I introduced him to Glenn Hughes, and he left. I never figured that one out. No. I'm a big fan of Glenn. Are you kidding me, man? I remember talking to Glenn. We were at NAMM show. He says, Marco, what do you do, man, when you go out? Like you guys are asking me. Who's your band? Do you have a band? I said, no, I wish I could, but I don't. I kind of scout and do my homework, research, and find out some of the local cats. If I'm going to Europe, if I'm going to Northern Europe, I look for cats from the UK, from Denmark, from Holland, Germany. And if I'm going to the South, I do the same. So, but right now it's Pino Liberti, who's been playing with me, and Soren. They've been pretty much consistent. So that's my band. And I said, and now that I'm busy, I don't know when I'm going out again. I have to introduce you to Soren, man. You're going to love this cat. And this is how life is, right? He's right there. I'm right here. We're talking, we're sitting, we're signing, we're taking shots with the fans. And as I'm telling Glenn this, literally, Soren's in the background behind him. He says, hi, Marco. And I'm like, another thing. I got chills again.
Yeah.
He said, Glenn, turn around, brother. This is Soren. You gotta hook up. You guys have to hook up. And he became Glenn's guitar player he's just a very talented cat. Look him up, man.
Oh, yeah,
if
man.
you can, Soren. So he became the guitar player, and then I met some cats from Italy. That were Fabio and Nicola, brilliant players. Right now, it took me a minute, but I found my cats from the UK. I got my boys, and I'm so happy, man. And I'm trying to keep them together because there's something. We just found each other, and we speak to each other in a different level. It's Tommy Gentry, obviously from Gun. Tommy?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Is it Tommy Gentry? Tommy Gentry? You know Tommy Gentry?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Oh,
Can you hear me?
gosh. Are you there?
Yeah. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, are you there? Okay, now you're there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, God. I got a call. That's what happened.
That's okay.
Yeah, and anyway, Tommy Gentry from Gun is my guitar player, along with Soren Anderson whenever I can grab him. Here in LA, I met Conrado Pecinato and Kyle Hughes.
Yeah.
He's from Newcastle together with Mickey.
Yeah, man.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Those are my boys, man.
Wow.
Period. That's it. And actually, I had plans on going out with 2 guitar players this year for the festivals, for the bigger stage. I play with some tracks, and I'm not a big fan, but I do it, because we have to do it. But so my plan was to have Tommy Gentry, Mickey, McChrystal, and Kyle Hughes. They all sing. They're great singers. They can sing anything. They're great players. And you know what I love about them, bro? Is they are hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry. That's it. And every time I talk to them, every time I'm around them, they're hungry to learn more, to play more, and that's contagious. That energy,
Yeah.
I have worked with a lot of players for so many years, and I have to say, we tend to get jaded after a while, after so many years, And if you don't watch it, you get jaded. You just want to get the job done, get the gig done, get paid, walk away, Well, it's a different vibe with these cats, So, and I've spoken to Soren as well. Soren was going to hopefully jump in there. The idea was to have 4 cats: guitar, bass in the middle, drums in the back. Let's go. And then this happened. So it's still going to happen next year. But those are my boys, man. My Geordie boys from Newcastle and Tommy Gentry, man. And the other thing is they're great people, great hearts. It's the kind of cat that you would trust him with the key to your house,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to have that. And I feel you know, I try to show them a lot of respect, but I feel it from them as well. So
Yeah.
it's not just a gig. It's they're there for the experience and what they can learn along the way, and hopefully I can shed some light. But at the end of the day, I end up learning more from them. They inspire me, you know.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, man. So that's my band. That's my long answer to your little question. I should have said no or yes, right?
No, I love it. I love
Don't
it.
you love
Man.
those? Don't you love those interviews where? So what do you think about it? Yes.
No, we always
And-
encourage it,
and-
man. We always encourage
I-
it. It's going to be a long show if you get like 15 minutes into having a chat on you and you say, so when did you start in music? Around 1972. And
Okay.
then that's it. That's it. Like, so I mean, you're like, okay, cool. What inspires you? Well, jazz. And then that's it. Like, so yeah, man. No, we love a
So,
chat. We always look at
I
this.
like to talk.
Yeah, and we always look at this, Marco, of sometimes when we're at gigs like Nozfest, we didn't really get a chance to have a great sit down, have a coffee.
I saw you upstairs. You guys, everybody was doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to do this. This always reminds me of like when you meet in a hotel, or if you get like a long period of time to spend with, and you can ask all these questions and get to know each other.
Yeah.
We did the same with Ricky a couple of weeks ago. We hadn't met Ricky.
Ricky
but
Warwick.
Yeah, we almost got to meet him on here, and then it was cool now. So
Lovely
next
guy,
time,
man.
yeah, man. And it's like next time we meet him
Talented.
now, we can kick off from there, like, you know. So
Yeah. Lovely guy. A great songwriter. We did a lot of work out there. Yeah. And that's another. But I'm interested. I would love to interview each and every one of you cats because I know you have a story. We all do. So it's reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. It's a give and take thing and all that. But you know, right now this is a vehicle. We have to stay in touch with the fans and stay out there and share your story, and the rest is cake. You know, for now.
Yeah.
I'm dying to play. Let's do a gig, man.
yes,
Yeah.
So what do you guys? Oh, let me turn the table. So now,
I'm ready.
what do you guys do? What are the plans? What's the plan for you guys?
currently,
Anything on the books that you can announce or talk about? Probably not.
well, no, we kind of turned the tables the other day. So everything gig wise has started to sadly snowball and be cancelled,
Yeah.
which, you know, that's where we are. So we
given,
flipped- yeah. So we flipped that and we just went, right, we've had enough. Let's go and get a rehearsal or a studio or something. Let's get away as a band. Because we don't live too far from each other, but we've been locked down. We haven't been able to jam. Rehearsal rooms have been shut. So it was lovely. Last week we kind of got away, spent 3 days together, created some music, had some laughs. Yeah, it was really, really cool. That was. So we're kind of making something out of nothing. That's where we are at the moment. Like, you know. So
That's what we
Yeah.
have to do. Yeah, it's very important, man, to keep the ball rolling, you know, if you will. But I wanted to show you my note. Can you see that for today?
I love that. It's brilliant. Yeah.
This is how old school I am, man. I have a little desk where my computer is. We have the desktop where, you know, my wife works there too. And I have post-its everywhere, man, just to stay organized.
Dude, we have lists.
Right.
There you go. We have.
There you go.
It's the
There you go.
brain. Well, the thing
Awesome,
is,
man.
And there's another one.
how can you? I think Shane said this before. How can you create? So you could be walking around the house and you hear ba, 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 and you hear a melody line in your head. So all the other shit you have to write down. Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Bits and pieces, man. It's
Yeah,
a
man.
trip.
Yeah.
I've learned how to use this. It's taken me this long, and you know, they're just ideas. You don't know where they're gonna land, what's gonna happen with it, but they're ideas. And then when the time comes for you to build some songs, that's where they come from. Yeah.
Yep.
We have in Nick's album. We have a couple of songs that were. I'm always writing ideas with people that I hang out with, where I'm working with, and there's a couple of songs that were written with some of the best players around, and I won't say who they are because it'll be a surprise. But I heard these songs when the time came to do this album. I went digging. You know, you go digging for ideas, and I heard this. I'm, wow, we haven't touched these songs. We haven't done anything. You know. So I called the guy. Says, yeah, go ahead, man. So hopefully, when the album comes out, we have a working title, which is I don't know. No. I just caught myself. It doesn't matter. But we have an idea of where we want to go with it. So that's first thing in it's on the priority list to get the album done. Period.
Yeah.
And then I did want to say to add to my players, Shane Gallas from the U.S. He was in Japan for the longest time. I have him here in L.A. and we got together, him and Conrado Pecinato, and the boys were kicking, man. He's from Canada, just a talented cat. Plays, sings. He's got a brilliant studio. So hopefully we'll get to do some of that stuff here from LA shortly, hopefully. But, you know, and then Tommy Aldridge, and I could go down the list. Brian Tishy. I played with some of the heavier cats. So, but as far as my band, what I like to say is, and this is true, I booked the shows, I booked the tour based on the fact that I'm going to be there, and people trust me that I'm going to hopefully deliver the best show I could possibly deliver. And I tell them, listen, I have options. I'm going to try and bring the best cats I can, so don't worry about it. So that's my band, you know. But I'm trying to keep the nucleus, the revolving door at a minimum, you know, because that's another thing that happens. The more time you spend with each other musically, the more you get to know each other, and it's just, you know, it's symbiotic. It just starts gelling and gelling and gelling. There's no doubt in my mind that if I flew to the UK, if I flew to Manchester and we could do a show straight out, maybe do a sound check levels and all that, refresh a few things, and we could do a show unrehearsed and be okay, you know. That's the level of cats that I like to work with, and they do their homework. They're hungry and thirsty, like I am, you know.
Yeah.
I try to keep myself hungry and thirsty when I get calls for a project. I did a thing recently, last year, which is, you know, you guys know Journey, right? The band Journey.
Yeah,
man.
I did a thing called Journey Through Time, which is how I met Greg Raleigh, because Greg Raleigh and Neil Sean came from Santana, right? And they went and put Journey together. And so they did 3 or 4 albums before Steve Perry joined and took them to the stratosphere.
Yeah.
But they built a fan base that was just massive. Because if you listen to the albums, they're a little prog influenced. They're a little Deep Purple influenced. They got the English vibe going on. They got just very cool, you know. And you could see where Journey took it from there to another level, you know, not the next level, but so we did 3. We kind of the set consisted of doing some of the Journey hits. You have to, you know, but we kind of revisited those first 3 albums, and it was a blast, man. But Neil likes to play. He likes to play 3 or 4 hours. Neil Sean. And so you can imagine, you know, rehearsing and try not to have too many notes on stage, and you're doing 45 to 50 songs, you know. Whew. But we pulled it off, and yeah, you know, keep yourself on your toes, and so on and so forth, bro. It's like that, you know.
Yeah.
That was with Dean as well, yeah.
Dean singing and playing amazing. Yeah. That's another cat. That's, you know.
He's got a good voice, hasn't he?
He's got a great voice.
He's a great voice. He's a great singer, man. And playing wise, it's a trip. It's a trip. So,
and he's always smiling.
He's always smiling. He enjoys. He still loves what he does, man. And that's so important, like I was saying. And I wish those guys the best. It's been a long journey for the Dead Daisies. I would love to see it flourish and grow and be more successful, which I believe Glenn is going to take it there, you know. So it's Dean Castronova, Doug Aldrich, David Lowy, and Glenn Hughes. And I just can't wait. They're going to kill it, man, next year for sure. I'm going to try to call the manager. Hey, bro, Do you have an opening spot there for me? Maybe.
We're with them. We're with them in February, doing the
Europe.
European. Yeah.
Oh, are you opening? You're doing? Are you there for some shows? How many shows?
I think
Main
we're
support.
main support.
Yeah.
Yeah, main support, and then so the opener would be the local. How many shows are you doing?
About,
You know?
is it a month? Hang on, 2 seconds.
Hang on, get it up, Ron.
I think so. Hang on.
I'm like that, man. I never pay attention until it's time to go. There you go. Get out of the house.
See,
Yeah.
so yeah, man. There's a nice string of
It's a
dates
month.
there.
6 weeks, 5-6 weeks. Great, man. Good luck on that. Have a blast.
Yeah,
Thanks.
We love
Thank
hanging out
you.
with the boys.
I think we were supposed to, just before the change of lineup, I think we were supposed to play with you, but things started kind of changing and dates started moving. And then I think then it was delayed. I think the European tour was delayed and then it wasn't announced. And then sadly, obviously, yet again, COVID happened. So they've pushed it back now to February and we're finally announced. So that was another thing we couldn't tell everybody was we were
All
getting to meet the guys, like, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that like I said, the real fans will deal with it and they'll understand. It's unpredictable stuff, that changes from week to week and now day to day. Every day I watch the news and I'm trying not to watch too much.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. From day to day here in California, it's just changing. It is a trip, but nevertheless, man, I feel blessed and I feel really privileged to do what I do for a living. What a trip. Who knew? It's and that's a feeling that can be shared. Yes, sir.
We feel exactly the same with you joining us tonight, buddy. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure, bro.
Your positivity is just infectious, bud. And everyone in the Crow fans there just saying what a guy you are. Everyone that's met you in the UK, bud, has said what a top guy you are. Thank you so much for your time. Stay safe, brother.
My pleasure.
And
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Marco.
I hope we play with you soon. That'd be amazing.
We'll see you soon. We'll see you around.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely on the road, man. God bless, man. Good luck and more success to you, brother. Enjoy
and
it.
you as well,
Thank you,
man.
Marco.
We'll catch you soon.
Take care.
We'll catch you soon, Marco. Thank
Peace.
you.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Ah, man, that was insane. That's absolutely insane. That was incredible. There was loads of people putting here that we could do two parts again. You know what I mean? So it's another great guest where, Christ, let's bring a Crows in, is it? Let's bring a Crows in. There he is, a Shiner boy. We can kind of recap then, can't we? So
I tell you what, right? He not only is he, he's on mute.
I'm on fucking mute.
Not only is he like I said, the most positive guy and the coolest guy. He's so cool, isn't he? Right?
Oh, he's cool as fuck.
yeah, man.
What a complete gentleman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like he's so aware of life, of different personalities in bands, the politics, the bullshit. He's seen it, been there, done it. And he's just, no matter what, it's his way. Like, it's just, but there's something better coming. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, massive shout out to Mark as well from Monster Fest. He put me in touch with Marco. He's been a great help. And Iona as well, who didn't get a shout out, lover. So yeah, thanks to the guys there, because we've known Marco for a while and we have kind of bumped into him. And Lloyd, you've met him a few times now, haven't you, mate?
Man. Yeah. Bit like big fan of his music, all around. So when this opportunity came up, I was like, yes, let's.
Yeah.
Because I knew, like, I made some notes thinking, I wouldn't mind asking him this. But I knew as soon as you asked him the first question, Shane, he's just going to talk.
Yeah.
He's just going to talk, and he's just a cool guy,
He's incredible.
I think he's real. That's the word. He's a real guy, the real deal.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I love about the show, boys. I mean, we were saying earlier we've had a nightmare day, and then it's quite funny actually. I got enough equipment here to launch a rocket, and none of this working. Do you know what I mean? But exactly what you said, Shane. Marco came on. and I kind of just sat there, and he just completely chills you out. What a cool guy that would be to be around. Do you know what I mean? Inspirational, as in like jamming. We said it before, man. He's just so fucking cool, like, you know. So
yeah, no wonder everybody wants him to join their band. He's just got this vibe about him. It's like it's not even about his bass player. It's just I want him in my band. It's incredible, incredible. But he's right though. I mean, talking about like he was saying about he's played with lots of musicians and stuff, and but connecting with people, the personalities, and you know, I really got on with him. Like you hear him say that all the time.
Yeah.
But that's where the great music and the great energy and the vibe of a band, you see them live. That's what it's all about. It ain't necessarily the best player on the planet. It's about the connecting between each member.
Chemistry, man. Chemistry.
Yeah. So, and he's just got an abundance, man. I want to get in the room now and jam.
yeah, well, this happened before. I had to bring it up in the CrowCast. This is the reason why we do it. Like I said, we don't get those pockets of time. We are focused when we're at gigs. So you really don't get the time to get to know certain people. And Marco is one of those that I personally wanted to have a chat with. Like I said, I know Lloyd has had brief little moments. I know, Shane, you haven't had the chance. So this is a great opening, and it's a great opening for the band as well. So next time we meet him on the road, we can touch base again. Yeah. It's just perfect. Like, you know, it's such a great platform to speak to other people all over the world now. I mean, like I said, that's our second guest from America. You know, it's perfect. Like, you know,
I can't wait to hear his new record, man. I can't wait, because I really liked the Viva La Rock, which he did, and I think it's going to be really good, especially the way he's talking.
Yeah, incredible.
So, you know, and especially after speaking to him now, you get more of a vibe from him, more of a feel of what you know. There's a story to this guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
it's not nice. Just a CD with just music on it. It's like this means something.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
It's
and he had so much more to say. This is why I respect him, man. He had so much more to say, but you can tell he's like, I don't want to name drop too much. So he wants to be humble, but it is really hard when you've had a career as full as he has. Like he said, a nice glass full. That's a really nice way to say it. Like, you know, when you finish a year and you're really happy with everything, and it's hard not to kind of brush over them. And you know, I'd be shouting it from the hilltops. Like, you know, it's not even an ego thing. It's just hard to kind of brush over those people and the names that he's worked with or jammed with or had advice with or had conversations with. It's phenomenal. Like, you know, it's
yeah. But he's just got such a good vibe. It doesn't matter about the name dropping and all that. As you said, he wears his heart in his sleeve, like, you know what I mean? You kind of get the essence of the man rather than the musician. Do you know what I mean? It's so
yeah. John Hill has said, never seen you guys quiet for so long. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's sometimes a lot of the guests on you, it's great because they, you know, we don't have to talk much, do we, boys?
Tonight was brilliant. I mean, I knew as soon as Shane said just start the opening line with him. All right, here it goes.
Yeah, man. And I think you'll agree, boys. I think anybody watching this gets a really a good insight to what we're like actually in a real environment. Anyway, if we were sitting in a hotel reception lobby, whatever, and Marco was sitting there and telling those stories, you just kind of sit back and just take it all in, don't you? Like, you know, that's the thing. Like, there was not a lot we could really add to, because it was amazing how we would kind of segue into the next one, and then you're just captivated. Then there's no need to interrupt that. It's almost just keep going, man, keep going. That's amazing content. You know, it's brilliant. Thank you for sharing these stories with us. Thank you for sharing them with the CrowFamily. And long may it continue, man, because he's still smashing it. Like you said, Lloyd, the last time you seen him, I caught him in Nozfest. I caught a little bit in Nozfest, and oh my god, man, he's just so slick, wasn't he? Like, you know,
man, like it's even even down to his performances. Like, he can go from playing, like he talks about playing in stadiums, Then I go and see him in a 150 cap club, and he done Give Peace a Chance, a cover, and he come off the mic and he got everybody singing, and he had everybody bringing it down and clicking their fingers like that, and then brought it all back up, then went back onto the mic. He's just great, just bloody great. I mean, I've never seen that before. You don't expect to see that. Do you know what I mean? It's just he's real. He knows what he's doing, and he just keeps fighting for it. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the response is amazing. I'm so glad everybody's commenting on you. I'm so glad that everybody's enjoyed him. Like Marco said, sadly he would have had new material out, but obviously with COVID, he's a little bit delayed with it. But you can support him. You can go to his site and you can buy Viva La Rock. He's streaming on Spotify, and check out many of the artists that he mentioned as well. I know there's a few that I'm going to have to listen back to. And I'm being honest now. I'm going to have to rewind this episode myself just to listen to, and and when he said he was getting chills off some of them, I really want to kind of see what they do or what the band do and stuff. So yeah, again, it's inspiring, isn't it, man? It's really, really cool, like, you know.
Yeah, man, brilliant, loved it. Thank you, Marco.
Yes, thank you, Marco.
Right then, so how have we been, Shiner? Do you enjoy the trip away bit?
Yeah, well, from our trip away last week, it was only, about this time last night, I finished cleaning up the fucking Pro Tools sessions. 2 days worth of audio to get through, guys.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not fun down the rabbit hole, but it was quite funny. Like we had the mic set up to talk back to each other. But of course, all that's still recorded.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I'm losing the part a bit by here. So what I did was just muted all the music and just left the vocal mics live. And every now and again, you just start hearing conversations. so that entertained me for a fucking quarter of an hour.
That's an album I'd buy, but that's
it was funny because we were tracking, weren't we? And I think you were sat at the back of the. Oh no, you were sat at the console next to me and Ron, and we were tracking bass, and we just finished the song, and he was like, "Right, hold the note." And then I looked at Shane, and he went, "That's a take," but that comes through the recording.
Yeah.
I was just like, "You said that without opening your mouth, mate."
Yeah.
Did you notice, or for anyone listening, Shane said that, which was perfect. And then
before you say name, bad. So basically, guys, everyone watching, we basically hit record and just let it record. So literally everything, not just music, everything, conversations, breaks, it recorded everything. So there was hours of material. Go on, Ron. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, it was just perfect, man, because that tagline, that was a take, which obviously you jokingly said when we were jamming. Anytime, like, say I was punching Lloyd in, if it was a good one, I'd let that play out. like an 80s catchphrase. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's a take. So I was purposely letting it come in, like, you know.
I think one of them was as well. Yeah. I can't remember who. No, it was you, Shane. You went, "Are you all right, Dua?" Someone played the wrong chord. "You all right, Dua?"
Brilliant.
Yeah, but there's another funny shade when it's on one of the intros, and then where we were just going around once in the show. We just hear Shane shouting the mic. Yeah. Do it again if you want.
I was it, and Ron done it again.
Do it again if you want. Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Martin Jones said
Martin
Jones said that's the way that they used to record songs back in the day.
Yeah. Well.
So we found it really handy, didn't we? I think it's glorious because you get those moments where somebody else might want to get their input in, or there's noise, or those little things that we're all kind of learning, especially because we had headphones on, so you're all listening to everything. So when it's captured, you can easily just play it back. Hang on a minute, just play it back, like, you know. So
yeah, great fun, man.
Oh, it was a great couple of days away, boys.
Is that an actual Welsh dresser behind you, Shiner?
We'll
Oh.
never know.
The anticipation. Did you hear me, Enshine?
Shiner?
It is.
Oh, there we are. I only brought it up, brother, because
I don't know what else is on there.
there's
IKEA flat pack, $79.99.
There's a few people asking, so it was
Yeah,
obviously-
that was from I forgot what it was. Damn it. Punchline's gone.
oh,
Where was it? Where we jumped in for heat.
IKEA.
IKEA, no.
Well, Swedish meatballs, man, and flat pack
Yeah.
furniture. Treco B, Rockstock.
Man, of course it was. Bloody hell. Yeah. That was
I love
yeah, anyway. Moving on. We'll edit that.
that. We'll edit that.
Don't even
Is
have a
it thick?
master editor though.
That's a tick.
That's the take, that is.
Where is Dave tonight? Well, let's address the elephant in the room. Dave is away, but fear not, because we have got Dave's Did You Know? We have got Dave's Did You Know? So for those who love his segment, or is it bollocks? Stay tuned. We've got a special part from Dave. So
Or
there
is
you
it
go.
bollocks?
Or is it bollocks? Let's be honest. So yes, fear not, Dave might not be here, but we have his facts or his bollocks. Or someone else might have him. I'm not sure.
They nailed to a tree somewhere.
Aye. Should we have a little bit of guitar?
Okie doke. I'm trying to find the lyrics. Did I send it to you boys? Yes,
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. You did. Right,
I was
so
about to read them out then.
Huh?
I was about to read them out. Do you pick another one?
not yet. Not yet. Tell me the lyric. Give me the lyric. What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. Tell me the lyric. Give me the lyric. What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. What's the next line? What's the next line? What's the next line? I was laughing all the way through it. So this week, the prize is a crow mug. Either CrowCast or those damn crows mug. And
What are
the
you doing,
lyric
Ron?
goes as follows.
It's like a season elbow go around like that.
Well, I was trying not to bring attention, but yeah.
Sorry, Shane. That was rude of me.
The lyric is, I'll take your sticks and stones. I'll take your sticks and stones. What's the lyric that follows? Go.
Yeah, what happened, Lloyd, was so basically my stool and my seat is set up for the big screen by you with the speakers and everything. And last minute, obviously, you could see me rushing around. So I'm actually using my laptop. I don't know what the volume is like on this. If it's great, happy days. But I've been sitting here so awkward while Marco's been on, almost hunched, because I'm way too high for the computer. And part of the interview, I was holding it exactly like this. So I didn't even have it on a desk. I was just trying to keep it central. So my arms are killing. It was like an endurance test when I was holding the laptop without anybody realizing, just literally holding it out like that, like, you know? So
It looked like you were dancing at first.
yeah. And then at one point where I'm like, oh, right, well, Shane's doing that now. I'll quickly adjust the thing. What are you doing? It's like, no, fucking give the game away now. Never mind.
Have you seen
Yeah, I have seen.
that twat of a guitarist of ours has actually...
Is he on here?
Yeah, he's actually put the lyric.
He's a freaking idiot.
Well,
Fair play to him.
I was thinking to myself that he was running all smooth without Davo.
I love
And now
that.
he's over there.
Charlie Farley. Ronnie is looking for David's bollocks.
There we are.
Oh.
Was he the first one to answer the question right?
What's the matter, Dave? You haven't got no mugs in the house, have you, bud?
He wasn't the first one to answer. even though he's got the lyric right. And it's again, guys, we're gonna do the one. Someone who hasn't won before, if that's okay. I'm looking at a few names there, and there's a few I can see that have won before. So I'll speak to B, backstage admin.
And
Check.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Switzerland, I am, son.
Well, all right, fair enough.
Oh, he just texts us, boys.
Give me my mug. Give me my wallet.
In Switzerland.
Give me my mug.
I'm in a really bad predicament by you. My stool is. If health and safety looked at the way I'm sitting at the moment.
All I seen was this.
Yeah. I'm genuinely almost squatting by you. Good God. That's better. That's better.
Dave, the question is, how did you get the answer right first? Because Shane sent us all the answers about 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
Dave wants the mug. If I knew that Dave was around, I could have got him on. He could have done his Did You Know?
Aye.
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 That's not bad, is it?
What?
But because he's not around, how about this then? Because I know he's probably watching and waiting for it. So what if we go?
No, hang on, before we do that.
Oh yeah.
He's like, so.
Yeah.
It's my moment.
He's saying, all Elisa's family. Look! This is it. Get in.
Yeah.
And then he'll knock it off and go back to the party. That's what'll happen.
Yeah.
Right, that's enough of that.
Here we are. Let's give Dave the big moment. Facts or crap, facts or crap, facts or crap.
Did you know?
For everybody who enjoys this part of the show, this is Dave's moment. So over to you, Dave.
Did you know that if you place a mechanical clock on your microwave and use it regularly, you could lose 1 second of time per 24 hours?
At bollocks.
Did he say a mechanical cock?
Let's play it one more time, just in case. So use David's Did You Know?
Did you know that if you place a mechanical clock on your microwave and use it regularly, you could lose 1 second of time per 24 hours?
Ooh.
It's still bollocks.
Utter bollocks.
Ooh. Harriet Breeze is straight in there. I reckon that's true.
Harriet, come on, you're better than that. You're better
Alan
than
Thomas. Alan Thomas has got the best reply. Dave, I'll buy you a mug, you cheap steak. Can't say a word.
Brilliant.
Morag, who uses mechanical clocks in the 21st century?
I love the fact Dave just wants. There we are, Dave. You guys. Hey, there he is. Bollocks.
He's not here to defend himself now, boys. We can rip crap out of it.
Sandy K, a mechanical what? Exactly, Sandy. Exactly. I think true. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? My phone froze. Should we give him one more time?
Go for it.
Yeah, I bet Dave is loving this. He'll want fucking right. Oh, here we go. Everybody round. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it again.
Did you know that if you place a mechanical clock on your microwave and use it regularly, you could lose 1 second of time per 24 hours?
It's the little nod at the end.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the little nod at the end. I love it.
Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. There we are. Anyway, right, we got a. I think. Well, I'm gonna pick one. I have picked one. A winner.
Awesome.
CrowCast mug is gonna be Joe Wright. A lot of people missed out the and it's. I had to pick someone who hasn't won before, and she said the lyric, which was. Help me out, please. Oh, shit.
And build a fortress just for me.
That's the one. You swear you wrote it?
Congratulations, Joe Wright.
Yeah, Joe.
You got the name for it. You got the name for it. Right.
Yeah.
It's just Shane there. Shane, what's the line before the line Lloyd just said?
I'll take your sticks and stones.
Yes. Well done, bud. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Joe, send us your address, Joe. We'll get a mug out to you. Choice whatever one you want, the CrowCast or the logo. There we go.
Love it.
We should send Dave a broken one.
Yeah, but someone offered to buy him one.
Did they?
Yeah. I seen it on the comments. Yeah. What if you're buying Dave one? Where's the other four?
Oh no.
Hey, that's not the first time my Dave's entered himself into one of our competitions or one of our weekly competitions, isn't it? He's tried this dirty little trick a few times in the past. You should be exempt from all that, David.
Sorry, I'm trying to work stuff here.
Yeah, no, it's okay. That's all good, bud. That's all good. Should we give something else away?
Yes, that's what I was just trying to do now. We'll do the crow wheel now, and we got a fantastic prize here again. This is from the folks Nick from easyframe.co.uk. You guys may have seen it on Facebook. It's basically that. Supply the frame, the photo, but not the disc, I believe. So you lucky people.
Yeah, that was a nice purple frame as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, look, it's bit of all right. Has Dave entered himself into this now?
Oh, I expect so, but
Yes, I reckon.
Oh, no, you can't do. I had to put his name in.
Unlucky, David.
Here we go. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Dan Thomas. Congratulations, Dan. That's a banging prize. Thank you so much, Nick and Co. from easyframe.co.uk. Brilliant prize again, as always.
Awesome.
Look at that. And Morag. Morag's picture, that is. It's Morag Farley's picture. Look at
where's
that.
it from? Swansea, is it? Christmas show.
I don't know.
No, that was when we were on tour with Bad Flowers. I think that's Pontypridd.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
No, it can't be. Look, we me and you were on opposite sides. Back of it, we were the other way round.
No, that's a good point, actually. I'm just looking at the guitar I'm playing.
Here we are.
Yeah,
Morag is spoken.
Oh, communion.
It's the communion.
Oh, there we are. So it was Ponty.
Yeah, it was Ponty.
It just
Wrong
wasn't
gig.
the Bad Flowers tour.
Yeah.
Right, so not just one fact. Listen.
Look at the smile on your face for it.
Yeah, I was smiling because I'll let the cat out of the bag, right? I'm genuinely thinking. I wish with the I got Pro Tools, man. I could have easily edited Dave. Why didn't we think we could have edited? We could have had a bit of fun, but never mind. So without further ado, and enough of me, let's listen to Dave's second fact or bollocks. Let's get the disclaimer on. And over to you, Dave.
Did you know you can fail a drugs test by eating poppy seeds?
Yeah.
It's this.
That's true.
That's got to be true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Got to be.
There's opium in it, in poppy seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same as found in heroin, I do believe.
Yeah.
So you won that one, Dave. That one's true.
It's just the way he does this at the beginning, boys. Right.
Jazz hands, innit? Jazz hands, Dave. Look.
Did you know you can fail a drugs test by eating poppy seeds?
I do miss him. I fucking loved him at the studio. He was brilliant.
Oh, mate, he was on fire. He was on fire. I got, what was his one? Oh, I got 9 hours in me, boys.
Yeah. I love it. I could go all night.
Up to you on red wine. I got 9 hours left. Yeah, whatever. You keep it an
What
hour
is
now.
he? Fucking trigger the fucking lot, right? Trigger my guitar.
Yeah, trigger my guitar. Yeah.
Trigger the fucking lot.
He was drinking red wine in a cup so he didn't look suspicious. He was trying to hide it when he says, "Oh, any more of that red tea?"
I was playing bass. I turned around. It must be about an hour. I went, how fucking wrecked is he?
Oh, it was brilliant. It was great fun. Fair play.
What was I calling him? Dave Morrison after Jim Morrison. Di Morrison, man.
Brilliant.
We missed the birthday earlier. It's just been sent over as a shout out. Tomorrow is happy birthday to Donna Lennox.
Oh, Donna.
Happy birthday, Don.
Happy birthday, Donna.
Birthday, lovely.
Steve has sent it over last minute, and I've just seen the messages. So happy birthday, Don, from all the Crows.
Beautiful.
And the other thing I was going to say, boys, as well, did what's that?
Talking about Donna.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah, I've been meaning to say for months. It's been there since we've done the first CrowCast. You just said your name. I thought, perfect. Anyway, moving on.
No, that's some good. Yeah, just wanted to give a big shout out back to Ruth Jones, aka Nessa from Gavin and Stacey.
Sugar tits.
Yeah, just a really cool, very cool shout out. She did a radio show with on Radio 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously mentioned how she'd been watching the CrowCast, and when we were talking about Phil Jones and the music scene in Porthcawl with her brother Mark and everything. And then I get a lovely couple of messages saying how she was explaining about the band and what we did on you and the shout out that we give Phil Jones. And then obviously said that she's really digging the album. So thank you, Ruth. I just wanted to give a second shout out to her and say thank you for obviously spreading the word, like, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you, Ruth.
Well done.
Thank you,
Ruth. Be cool to meet up with her, or we'll get her in a show, innit? She's a big fan of Point of No Return, so
yeah.
She can sing too.
Is it?
So I've heard.
Oh, yeah. Either that
or somebody's going, no, she can't.
Either that or a jam night in Porthcawl, maybe, innit? When things return, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Shelley, get her on the CrowCast. There we are. There's a guest.
Aye.
Good thinking, Shell. That's amazing. Great career. She's had a phenomenal career. Yeah, man. And she's got a book, so what's occurring? There we are. We got some new merch, have we?
Yes.
Let's get back on track.
Hang on, then. If you're gonna do all that, I better make it go live, isn't I? As you say it.
Oh.
Do you want I bet Ruth Jones for every quid.
Right? What's that, bud?
I bet for the amount of time if she had £1 for it, the amount of time that she's heard people say, what's occurring to her? I bet she'd be a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask her, boys, when she comes on.
No, I couldn't do that.
No.
It's like the dude. It's like the dude who lost his shit in off Only Fools and Horses, because everybody just kept saying to him when he was going down the street, "I don't believe it," and he was just like, "Fuck off."
Victor Meldrew. Eh?
Oh
yeah,
man.
Man. I don't know if it's a true story, but someone said
I don't bloody believe it.
Yeah, someone said he lost his shit somewhere before. He looks
a type to as well. Fair
yeah,
play. I fucking loved him.
Just must have been one too many.
Just a really pissed off guy. Like I love that.
Yeah.
Just fuck off.
Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Before we do the merch, Shane, was there something you wanted to chat about as well?
I'll do at the end if that's all right, bud.
Of course it is, brother. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Let's
as Ronnie was saying, we got some new merch. We got a proper model in to do this. A proper first-class model. This cost us. This hit the bank, the Crow budget hard. Big bucks. But you can see why. Over to you, Ronnie. Boom! Check that out.
For fuck's sake.
Look at that. What a specimen.
For fuck's sake.
Look at that. Get him on Key's catalog. That's unbelievable.
Look at that. We go left. We go right. We go left. We go right.
He's dancing. He loves it.
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2.
I'm not going to lie. Crowfamily. There I am. Not me.
That's fucking bad. I'll leave it off.
I tried those hats on. I looked shit. Lloyd puts them on. Looks $1 million. It's unbelievable. Yes, but I've got a massive head. So, but those hats are now on our web store. So you can go and get one. There's a trucker cap, there's a snapback cap, and a baseball cap. Very limited stock, but if you want a hat, you know where to go. Beautiful modeling, Lloyd. Well done, son.
Thank you very much, sir.
I love your work.
Send the check in the post.
Dave being for one of them, no boys.
Yeah. Dave, where can I win one of those?
Yeah.
Look at Shirley. How much for Lloyd? Oof.
Hey, I could provide a bit of a service, but I could even charge.
I could do it. Could do.
For everybody, that is a joke off bottom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Neil Lloyd doing the okie cookie. No, there he is. Look, where's my hat?
There he is. Where's my hat?
Oh, fucking a bit slow again.
Same way through your muggies.
Brilliant.
You gotta love it, man, Dave.
I wonder how many glasses of wine he's on, boys.
What's that?
I wonder how many glasses of wine Dave is on. Oof. Like now.
He's still got 9 hours, hasn't he?
It was, yeah.
Quite a lot. Yeah. John's party. Dave's empty.
Yes, he is, man.
What?
Do you want to do it right at the end, Shane? Or
yeah, I think so, bud.
Cool. Let's go over to this part a minute. Sorry. Or before we do, actually, sorry, dude. If everybody can subscribe, hit the notification, the like. Here's your screen grab. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, support us on there. And as Shane said, we've now got black snapbacks and white trucker hats and baseball hats available at our merch store. So, Shiner, let's give you your...
Ladies and gentlemen, one-liner, shiner.
What a photo.
It
amazes me every fucking week how it is. All right, so my one-liner this week is, no one ever made a... let me start again. no one ever made a difference by being like anyone else.
True that, brother.
Yes.
True that.
Oof.
Well done, boyo.
Yeah. My homework for the week, boys.
Yeah. Class. And that would have been the last word of the night. But we're gonna just gonna bring something up here, guys. It was brought to our attention by one of the members of the Crow family, the lovely Tan Coombs. That is Suicide Awareness Prevention Day this Thursday, the 10th of September. Tan went on to say that she lost a dear friend in April due to suicide and domestic abuse and stuff. And obviously, she's completely heartbroken. It's a very sensitive subject, and obviously, where we're from happens quite regular, has done in the past. And one we couldn't really ignore, really. So it's important to talk about it and just let everyone know that there's help out there for everyone, like literally everyone, any individual. So please, if anyone is feeling like this, if there's like no way out, there always is. Just reach out, a little friend, family, professional, text, call, anything. And more importantly, talk to everyone, anyone possible, really. And for everyone else to be aware of it, I guess. And be kind, because you never know. You never know everything about everyone, even if you've known them all your life. So look for the signs. Communication is key, and awareness is everything. And we leave you with that, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Love you all the bits, and we'll catch you episode 26 next week, next Tuesday. Nice one, Crows.